July of 2023.
It was exciting. Hopefully you stayed up for it. Right now on Denver 7 News at 8 o'clock on Local 3. You saw it right there. The moment that sealed the deal, the Avs are off to a strong start in the Stanley Cup final after last night's Game 1 overtime win. We have highlights and reaction from players and fans.
Yeah.
A fun night that maybe hasn't ended for a few. We don't know. Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Yeah, the Avs red hot last night in front of the home crowd at Ball Arena. And speaking of heat, we are talking some ice melting temperatures over the next few days, Lisa.
Yeah, whether this wears you down, the heat or the game last night, I wonder if productivity levels are going to be down here over the next couple of days. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s here early on. It's beautiful right now, but these temperatures are going to climb pretty fast. Right now, already 70 in Boulder and in Broomfield, 67 in Centennial, and 63 out to the east near Bennett and Watkins. 50s right now in the high country and foothills. Here's a look at those highs, though. By about 4 o'clock, we have Boulder at 91, up and through the foothills, low to mid 80s near Bailey, Evergreen, Estes Park. Denver's going to be at right around 93 today, so it's a good 10 degrees above normal. There's a slight chance we're going to see a couple of storms pop up. Very few, but those that do develop out east could produce some larger hail and damaging winds. I'll be showing you that here on our Futurecast coming up, plus when we could see a better chance of rain here in town.
And right now we are clearing up a crash on Highway 36 right at Sheridan. So the slowdown comes from around Federal all the way through here. Take a look from the camera right there at Sheridan. You can see that they are still trying to move. They just moved one of the cars over here to the right shoulder, but that left lane is still blocked. The express lane open, the right lane open, and this is the ramp lane, the exit lane that would take you to Sheridan. And you can see traffic is backed up all the way back the hill, which is at the 88th Avenue Bridge. So the drive time, 15 to 20 minutes in there right now. The other trouble spot is right under I-70, southbound 25 with a crash there. Still heavy, trying to get into downtown with about 30-minute commute there. And the rest of the drive is pretty standard for us. It's been real quiet for us to the east and to the south side of town, but filled in on I-25, 225. Very typical stuff for us down that way.
Well, it is an awesome morning for longtime Avalanche fans. Their first Stanley Cup final game in 21 years ends with a thrilling overtime win.
Yeah, we have team coverage this morning as now it's all about Game 2 on Saturday. Denver 7 Sports Director Lionel Bienvenu is looking at the highlights from last night. But let's start with Veronica Acosta outside Ball Arena because, Veronica, the fans have gone home, but who knows if they've slept at all with all that excitement.
That is the big question. Regardless, though, this place was really electric last night inside of Ball Arena. All of those Avs fans, they were chanting and cheering. They were making themselves known. And, of course, that excitement, it doesn't just end when the game ends. It continues and continued as all of those fans made their way outside, trying to get to wherever they were going last night. Listen to this.
Avs are just dominating right now on this. Tampa has no answer for our speed.
So much speed. We got everything it takes this year. We're taking the cup home. They're going to bring it back to Colorado. Hopefully it's in 4, but I think 5-6, we got it.
And take a look at this video. It shows you just how excited those fans were and just how many of them were packed into Ball Arena last night. The Avs started off strong and they ended off strong as well. There were so many happy moments after the game too, like this one that we're about to show you. Take a look at this.
Like Stanley Cup playoff, like final game, and I just like a Stanley Cup so I could be on the Jumbotron and have some fun and show everyone. And I also want it too.
And now we get excited for Game 2. That is scheduled for Saturday. In Denver, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Thank you, Veronica. Quite a game, of course. Andrei Burakovsky with the overtime goal that led to that big celebration. Denver 7 Sports Director Lionel Bienvenu has the highlights as we now head into Game 2.
Wow, what a start to the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 1, the Avs got out to a great start, then the Lightning struck back, and then it ended with a strong finish by the Avalanche. Sort of like a game-winning sandwich. Start, finish, and all's well that ends well. The Avs begin the series with a dramatic victory in Game 1. Ball Arena, wow, the place was rocking. It was so loud in there you couldn't hear yourself think. Let's go Avs is still ringing in my head, and the Avs did go. First period, Valentin in the Tampa Bay zone got the puck and scored it. The Big Cat gave up 2 goals. It was 2-0 early on. Lightning got one back to make it 2-1. Then the Avs on a 5-on-3 power play. You got to score on that, don't you? And they did. Arturi Lehkonen, 3-1 after the first. Then in the second, the Avs gave up 2 quick goals. Then went to overtime, tied 3-3. And then on the rebound, Nichushkin to Andrei Burakovsky, and Berkey got the goal in sudden death OT. As I said, Avs come back strong after giving up a 2-goal lead twice, and Ball Arena may not be able to contain this celebration. First finals win in 21 years.
I thought our guys were really good in the first. We had a letdown in the second, but you got to give Tampa credit. I mean, you knew they weren't going to go away, and they found a way to break us down and control the bulk of at least the first half, if not more, of the second period, and got back in the game. But I liked their push at the end of the second, and I liked their third. I don't see why there's any reason why we'd have a letdown going into game 2, knowing the importance of the game.
Yeah, letdown in a game 2, no way. Because one thing about hockey playoffs, the outcome of one game usually doesn't carry over to the next one. The Lightning lost game 1 in 2 of their playoff series. They were actually down 2-0 in the Rangers series, and Lightning came back to win both of them. So expect them to be back strong in game 2, which is Saturday night right here on Denver 7. We'll have complete Avs coverage for you later today on Denver 7 Sports, so we'll see you then.
Well, catching you up on some other stories this morning, a Loveland family has filed a lawsuit against the city's police department.
It's over an incident that happened during the arrest of a 14-year-old and her father. Denver 7's Megan Lopez spoke to the family about what happened that day.
It started at the Safeway parking lot in Loveland. The 14-year-old was riding her bike and spotted her boyfriend with another girl. She confronted him, slapped him, and then rode off. It's that slap that prompted police to respond first to Safeway and then to the girl's house to arrest her.
I was outside working on my daughter's bike, and I seen 4 police officers show up.
This is the body camera footage from that arrest. Police first spoke with her father and asked him to call her out to talk.
It just got really escalated really quick, and next thing you know, they're wrestling with her, and I couldn't do anything. I was helpless, watching my daughter getting manhandled by 3 other police officers. It's horrifying, terrifying.
John Sears started arguing with the officers, telling them he wanted to put his dog inside so it wouldn't bite them. He says officers shot a loved one's dog in the past and he was trying to avoid that. Officers wouldn't let him put the dog in the house. He tried anyway, and they shoved him and eventually tased him.
I was mad. I was scared. I've never been in a situation quite like that before.
The officers are then seen on body cameras carrying the dog by its collar into the house and kicking it. Both John and his daughter were arrested, but charges were eventually dropped. Now the family is suing the police department over their use of force.
The violence that the Loveland police inflicted in this case was so needless. It was so senseless.
The family's attorney, Sarah Shelke, says this is just the latest incident to come to light about the Loveland Police Department.
Really, it's like a testament to how bad things are at Loveland, is that they know they're being recorded and they don't change their behavior.
The city of Loveland has now initiated an independent review of the incident, telling Denver 7 in a statement, quote, "The incidents were initially reviewed and deemed appropriate at the time of the event, but the city is taking a second outside look at the incident in our efforts to ensure we are policing in a respectful and proper manner." As for John Sears, he says his main priority is accountability.
What if it's your child and you're the parent?
In Loveland, Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Still ahead, stocks are tanking after the latest interest rate hike from the Fed. The impact to your finances today.
And it is going to be hot, hot, hot over the next couple of days. We're helping you prepare for near record temps ahead.